All right, we are live. Okay. Okay. What's going on? The red lipstick hustler, Lily. What's going on, Lily? How are you? The City Way, what's going on? Queen of Witches. I know that name. How we doing tonight? Good. Mark Brown, first time catching a live stream. Hopefully you won't be disappointed, brother. I'm trying to set everything up. I don't know why I start late all the time. What's going on, Cynthia, right now? What's going on? Guys, let me get this set up. This always takes me a little bit of time. All right, got it on there. Yeah, I gotta watch all three of these setups. Okay. We're rolling. You guys can hear me? Oh, Shields, you put your first live? Okay. Guys, do me a favor while you're coming in, hit the your first live. Hit the thumbs up button so we can alert other people that it's on, because I made that announcement late. When you hit the thumbs up button, it helps other people come and get in the chat. I'm trying to get 1,000 people tonight. Y'all think we could do it? 1,000 people strong for the Dynamic Reason channel. We'll get it all. Maria Haskins, what's happening? Trista Richardson, what's going on? Oh, we got Hazel in here. Lorraine Avellino. Guess what's going on? Tonight, guys, we're going to do us a 2-hour live stream, because that live stream we did last night was fire. That was off the hook. We had a good time. So I got a bunch of stories up here that I can tell tonight. Don't really have anything to do, so I figured I'd spend it online with you guys. That's all right? Queen Spirit, 1111. Now I'm going to wait another 2 minutes, and then we'll get started. I usually wait till 5 after to let people in, and we can get started. But you guys can hear me, right? I didn't even do a mic check. You guys can hear me? Okay. Crazy Chick, your first live. Okay. Yeah, we got about 2 more minutes, and then we'll get started. Just want to have the room fill in. Evester, what's going on? Ricardo 713, what's happening? How many of you guys were in here for the live last night? Daniel Jeffries, what's going on? You guys were here for the live last night? Most of y'all was. I know the names. I know Hazel was here. I know Cynthia was here. Cynthia and Hazel, they all regulars. Pecan Brown. Shout out Philly. Vicky Bell. Vicky Bell, crazy. All right, we got about a minute, and then we're going to get started. 82 people in there. People going to come in here mad, but I mean, I had to put the alert up. I did it an hour ago. Some people don't get these alerts. I don't know why. But Katrina Dura, first live. You've got a lot of people in with their first live. Hopefully I don't disappoint you. Lonnie Lee. Watched the live last night. I'm a new subscriber. Lisa, you welcome. You're amongst family in here. You know. Yeah, we all have a good time. I've been doing these lives for a little while. It's like I recognize names the more you're in here and in my comment section of videos. So, you know, it's a good atmosphere. We got about 3 seconds. All right, we got 102 people in here and 59 likes. Can I get 70? Can I get 75 likes so we can start? Give me 75 likes. Just somebody hit the thumbs up button. I don't care if you take them down. Just hit it real quick. Let's see. Where we at? We at 61, 63, 64. We had a lively crowd yesterday. I said, hit the likes and everybody, there we go. All right. Damn, y'all ain't messing around. Okay. Let me put my window down. I'm all unprepared. I don't want cars to be blowing and have a ghetto live. I'm like, damn, Steve, ghetto as hell. All right, here we go. The first story, I'm gonna try to tell y'all 8 stories tonight. The first story, and I put work into this, writing them down. Thank you so much, Gigi's mama. First story is Welcome to Atlanta. That's what it's called. Now, this story happened when I was down here a few years and we had our first hurricane that I ever experienced living in Houston, right? It was Hurricane Ike. When Hurricane Ike came, it was brutal. I ain't never seen nothing like that. I was scared to death. I had an apartment on the 3rd floor. Water was coming all in the house. Me and my son going crazy. That story in itself is another story. That's a story I'm gonna tell later on today, right? In fact, let me write that up here real quick. That's my 8th story. I'm gonna tell y'all 8 stories. That work for y'all? We on the fly right now, so just bear with me. That's gonna be a dating story. This story made me mad. All right, we're gonna get it going. Okay, I got it up there. That's gonna be the 8th story because y'all like these dating stories. All right, this first story, Welcome to Atlanta, right? When Hurricane Ike came, it messed up the apartment. Now, my apartment complex, we was waiting for the FEMA checks, right? FEMA never contacted us. My job, something happened with my job where a boom crane fell on the building and it was going to take like 2 months for it to get fixed. So they offered it. I used to do offshore rigging, like, oil rigs and stuff. So they offered us the chance to go out to sea for 2 months, or we could just wait until they call us back to work. I had a child. I can't leave for 2 months. I don't know nobody. So I got to zoom back to New Jersey real quick. So I wound up leaving. The day I left, right, they gave the FEMA checks, $7,000. I missed it. But anyway, I wound up leaving, but we had to catch a Greyhound. Now, I ain't never quit a bus. My son ain't never quit a bus. I'm like, that's cool. We go up there. I got a little bit of money. We go up there. We'll make a road trip. My son never been on a bus. It'd be a chance for us to bond over the open road. All right. So we leave out of Houston, right? And the bus trip is the bus trip. But we wind up getting to Atlanta. I don't know if it was 2 days, the 2nd day or the 3rd day. But anyway, wind up getting to Atlanta, right? Now, I don't know if y'all ever took a trip on Greyhound or a bus. That's a play out. That's a death sentence. If somebody ever send you home on a bus, they hate you. That bus stops so many times for nothing, you'll get sick of it. But anyway, we get to Atlanta. When we get to Atlanta, you'll get off at one bus station. Another bus might not leave for an hour, 3 hours. You might just be sitting in the bus station. When we got there, the bus wasn't leaving for another 40 minutes, which is a good, a nice layover, compared to it being a long time. Now, we already been on the road for a couple of days. So it was me, and this is my son. My son got to be 9 or 10. He might have been 9 or, no, in fact, he was young. He probably like 8 or 7. But anyway, right? So it's just me and him on the road. We standing in line because we got to transfer the ticket. Something's wrong with it. We got to get off, show our ticket. They got to print us another ticket to go through the machine or some crap. But anyway, we're sitting there. Now I'm in line, and they make us stand up. We in line, and it's this beautiful woman in front of me, right? Young lady, she's beautiful. And she keeps turning around. We're standing there, so people start making conversation. So I'm standing there with my child next to me, and she's talking. While she's talking to me, she keeps talking back and, looking and, we're talking to my son. We both, all 3 of us laugh. Ain't nothing with it. A little bit of time passes. And I hear like tap shoes, like, like people like tap dance. And I'm hearing these tap shoes, but I can't pinpoint where it's at. And there's a lot of people in there in the Atlanta bus station, the Greyhound in downtown Atlanta, right? So all of a sudden, this girl comes up to me and she looks like a guy. I don't know she's a guy. And, she would be what somebody call a stud now. But she was dressed like Cat Williams. She had on pimp clothes. Like, She had on a derby hat, like a red derby hat with a long ass pimp yellow feather in it. It was like a scarlet red with a long yellow feather in it, like a zoot suit, them zoot suit hats. And she had tap shoes on. She had on a red suit, like scarlet suit, and all these rings on her fingers. And she had a cane with like, it made like a heart where it was like two naked women like kissing, but like sitting on their leg. It was real, I was about to say real pimp. But anyway, she come up and she like, and she's moving like this with her hands. She's holding the cane. And says to the girl, bitch, what think you doing? What you think you're doing? The girl must have been trying to leave Atlanta, right? And she was her pimp or something. Now she's standing there. Now I didn't know it was a girl until like I got close up on her, like when she faced me and like certain things she did, I could tell it was a woman. She had finger waves, you know, under the thing. And I'm looking and I'm like, damn, this dude got some real nice skin. Like, you know, you look, I'm rough. You know what I mean? You can tell I'm a man. I got a rough face. Only time you ever seen dudes look like that is when they gay. I don't know. They got secrets of skin care. We don't know. Or some shit. She looked good. I'm like, damn, this brother got nice skin. I'm like, damn, how he get his face like that? So I'm sitting there, Carolina, what's up? I'm sitting there, right? And I'm going to say it because I didn't know it was a woman. It's not talking to me right now, right? So I'm just standing there like, oh, you know what's going on? And the language she's using, my son is here. And my son is looking like, you know, what's going on? And I'm getting mad because I'm like, yo, I got a child here. You know what I'm saying? So watch this. This is her. Now, let me describe the entourage she got with her. She got 4 people with her. One is a midget, a bald head midget, right? And this dude got on a ballerina suit. They always gay. He got on a ballerina suit, the tutu shoes and everything. A ballerina suit. He had taco meat on his chest, like where it's like the V. And he had taco meat. And he had, I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna get up, knocked off of YouTube. His head was big. But anyway, listen. Then she had 3 light-skinned gay dudes with her. That was just gay. One dude had a bad wig on. And they're just standing there. And they're like getting around her, but like where we're standing, there's a lot of people. So they have to push against me and all this other stuff. So they're trying to go around her and cover her up, I guess, so this girl can smack her. The pimp can smack her for nobody to see. As they're doing this, one of the gay dudes is tall. So he trying to squeeze between my son. I'm looking. I'm getting hot because I'm like, if he touch my kid, I'm losing it. Dude was tall the way his ass was near my son's face. I ain't feeling that. So as he went to do that, I stuck my hand out and like forcefully put like muscle into it and grabbed him like in his back. But I stopped him. And then when he looked down, he thought it was my son. He going, and he seen my hand and I just looked him in his face. Like, yo, you're going to be in front of my kid like that. Soon as I did that, it's her. I see the cane come across. And my hand there, the cane gonna touch my, boy, that shit made me mad, yo. The cane gonna touch my hand and push my hand down like she in the 70s. She checking me. Oh, you are? It's her. We got a problem here. She gonna touch the hat like this. We got a problem here. I said, nah, we ain't got no problem. Okay, that's what I thought. Come on over here and stand right here. Whatever the fuck they called this dude. He gonna come. Yes, daddy. He called the girl daddy. I lose it. My kid's standing here. I said, okay, listen, we're gonna cut this BS. I said, shit. I made a disparaging remark around his boy because now I'm like, I'm ready to do something. You know what I'm saying? I say, your peoples ain't gonna do that. So she's gonna tell him to stand in the spot, like F your son, right? So she said, you know what, me and you could take it to the streets. I said, we ain't started in the streets. You don't know me. So she do like this. She gonna pull her thing to the side and show like a hilt of a knife. I was in prison. The knife was this long. It was one of them pocket knives you could buy out of like a hardware store. Like if she poked me, it would hurt, but it would have killed me. You know what I'm saying? And she gonna flash it like it's the iron. She gonna flash the 45 or something. It ain't no, but and it had the little keychain thing where you can unsnap it and put it on the keychain. I'm just telling you. You about to get dropped on your head. I'll make your period drop right here. Everybody look. As soon as I said I'll drop on her head and make a period drop. Just the gay dudes with her. Like you know, trying to hype it up. People are laughing because she's tiny. She got to be like 4 feet. You know, I mean, 4'11". She was a tiny lady. She was skinny as a rail, and she was old. Like she was older. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking. She gonna smile. She had gold teeth in her mouth, like the outline teeth. Now I'm not into that, but I ain't gonna lie. Whoever did her teeth, yo, them Jones was nice. They was gleamy as hell. She was like, I hear you, soldier. I hear you. We good. We good. Yeah, I know we good. I'm hyped now. I know we good. So I'm like, ain't none of them gonna beat me. You know what I mean? Because if I get knocked out, ain't nobody taking my butt. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a fight to the death. So anyway, we wind up getting on the bus. And here come the police. 2 officers come on the bus. And they pull me off the bus with my child. And she went and said I threatened her. I said I didn't threaten her. I just told her. And when the police came, here she come running around the side of the building. Because you know, like Greyhound, you pull out of that port. There's a gate there. You can go out. She come flying in the thing. Got her hat off and everything. Now she's talking feminine. But you got a suit on and you like a dude. I said, what kind of mess is this you trying to play? Like she was a victim. Oh, he grabbed me by the throat. The conductor dude that was standing there, he said, no, he didn't, sir. And it's a good thing he said so because I'd have been in the hucklebuck in ATL. He was like, you can go look at the camera and all that. I ain't talking to you. So after a while of going back and forth, the cop was like, man, just get on the bus. Just get on the bus. And I wound up getting out of there. That was messed up. She tried to play the female card real quick to get me locked up. And I'm like, yo, I ain't even do nothing to you. I think they were trying to extort me for money to talk to the girl. But man, I wasn't going for that. That's the first story. That's the preliminary story. Now, in this story, y'all gonna hate me for this story. This story right here, we gonna call Elmer Fudd. You know, like Elmer Fudd and Bugs Bunny? Okay. I brought my first home in Houston, and it was in Northwest Houston, right? I was married, brought my home, living the dream, so on and so forth. Buy this house from this old couple that wants to downsize. And we're going through the home building, the home buying process. The people were very nice. They came to the house, anything that needed to be fixed with the housing inspection, they came and fixed it. Kept coming to see if we needed anything. They came in the house and cooked dinner one time with my wife. It was crazy. Like, I'm like, damn, y'all real friendly. But I mean, it was old, nice. You know, I didn't say nothing bad. And I did appreciate them. But anyway, I had this thing where I got into gardening, me personally, not gardening like flowers and shit. But I mean, out here in Houston, they got some corporate offices and buildings and stuff that have really nice landscape inlays. And I would copy them and put them in fish tanks, color coordinate and everything. So I'm like, I should do that in my yard and learn another skill as a man, something that, you know, make me more valuable in life, period. So first thing I do is I like peppers, like jalapeno. I like hot food. So I'm gonna get ghost peppers. I'm gonna get jalapeno peppers. I'm gonna get all these peppers, right? So I go to Lowe's or Home Depot. They got them for like $3, little tiny ones. So I start planting. I plant 2 jalapeno bushes, right? And a Serrano's chili bush, and then some other bushes, right? All of a sudden, they're growing, and I'm feeling good. You know what I mean? I got the green thumb. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me nothing. All of a sudden, my peppers start disappearing. Like they got bite marks in them. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And this didn't happen right away when I got the peppers. About a year passed, right? So the peppers was out there, nothing was happening. They was growing peppers, and I feel like Farmer John. I'm bringing peppers in the house. Look at my bountiful harvest and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking of the shit. They ain't nothing but peppers. But I'm bringing peppers in the house all the time. I'm learning how to pickle peppers. I'm making all the, I'm on YouTube looking at jalapeno pepper, candied jalapeno. You can't tell me nothing, right? So I'm doing all that. So the next year comes, and it's around springtime. And the reason why I had to tell you that this took place over the year, my house was near like a bayou, right? Like the back of my gate, it was like wilderness back there. Once in a while, we would see stuff in the yard. And one day, it was a rabbit back there, a baby rabbit. And I mean, that thing was small. Now, you know, I took rabbit video. I talked about the rabbit video before, right? In my other live. This rabbit was probably 5 or 6. I mean, it was a baby rabbit, but it could be on its own. And I see the rabbit back there, and I start to notice stuff. I would go in the back to smoke. I go in the back, smoke a cigarette, right? In the middle of the night, a possum would come through. The possum was a baby too. And he would come up under the gate, and he would come in, and he would walk across he would either walk across the top of the gate, or he'd walk around the lining of the gate, or the lining of the house, like, you know, the outskirts. And he would act like I wasn't there. He'd stop in the yard sometimes and everything else. So all of a sudden, after seeing them for a while and them seeing me, they're not scared no more. So now the rabbit just come out, digging the grass, eating the grass and stuff like that. He never touched the peppers. So I know it's not the rabbit. Now they got this thing called a Christmas spider bush. It's a big giant bush that it's like razor blades. It looked like tall grass, and it comes out like this. It grows really big, but it spreads out. I never cut it. I kept the rest of the yard manicured because it just took an ugly spot up in the corner of the yard. So it started getting out of control. I didn't know it was like razor blades. I went over there to grab some grass by the hand like this, a tuft of it, and chop it. It cut my hand wide open. And I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I left it alone. So later on some time, I would hear this like something's in it, but it's so big you can't see in there. So I'm thinking it's the rabbit, because you know the rabbit would be back there and stuff. So I'm thinking it's the rabbit. Now the rabbit is full grown, and it's like a jackrabbit or something. This thing it's like that long, like it's a big rabbit, because it would sit down. I'm like, that's a big ass rabbit. It would jump around the yard and come within like 10 feet of me, like eating. It would watch me, but it wouldn't jump. Like if I'd move, it would just sit there. The possum is a big possum now, right? He doing his thing. He go across the gate, come in the yard. I got to the point where, because I had 2 dogs at the time, small dogs, I would take dog food and put it out there, and the possum would come up and eat it. So like I would do this every time I would go out and smoke at night, right? It was like hot work. He would come in the yard, I'd throw dog food down and like see how close I could get the possum to me to get used to me. I like animals, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to be the beast master, like, damn, I can study these like I study fish. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to learn shit. So check it out. One day, my peppers, it's got bite marks in them, and my leaves chewed up. I'm like, what the hell is this? So I know it ain't the rabbit, and I damn sure know it ain't the possum. It keep happening. It keep happening. And now all of a sudden, I ain't got no leaves on my bushes. They just turn brown. They ain't absorbing water. They won't grow leaves. It looked like a barren wasteland. They was just green sticks back there. I'm hot because I'm like, all this time I labored over this, knowing damn well I didn't. I just turned the water hose on and off every other day to water it. I'm thinking that, you know what I'm saying? Somebody's invading my space. So watch this. I get hot. I said, I go out there and I see this armadillo. And I've never seen an armadillo except a dead one on the highway. I see this armadillo and I noticed there was these big holes in the ground, like big holes, but they was deep. And I'm like, what the hell is digging in the yard? I know the rabbit ain't doing that. I come out there and I see this armadillo. This armadillo is like a big size armadillo. And you know, armadillos are blind. They can't really see like that. So he eating and shit. And I'm like, hey, get out of here. So I pick something up and I throw it. The dumbass armadillo stands there. The shit just bounces. Right next to him, he looked at it and just kept eating. Like, I said, you gonna disrespect me like that? You know, I'm thinking in my head, like, you know, when you get mad, you take the shit personal, like everything's a human being. I said, cool. Oh, you ain't gonna run? I said, all right, cool. Smoke my cigarette, I go in the house. I'm hot. Now, he can't do nothing because I ain't got no peppers out there, but I'm mad. I know he did it. I goes to Walmart the next day and I gets this BB gun, right? So I go and buy this BB gun, and it's supposed to be equivalent to a 22 long rifle caliber pellet gun or whatever, right? So I said, you know what? I'm gonna pop his ass as soon as he come in here. I got the scope and everything. I think I'm American Sniper. You know what I mean? So all day I'm putting it together. I'm looking out the window up top. I'm adjusting the sight. I ain't never adjust no sight on no gun or nothing in my life. But I'm hot. I'm like, I got beef with him, right? Nighttime come. I can't wait to go out at 9:30 and smoke. I can't wait. I keep looking at the clock because he's out there. I'm like, I know he's out there. I said, I got him tonight. I haven't seen the possum or the rabbit for like 3 days. That was another reason why I went and got the gun, because I don't know if he was chasing them off or nothing, but it was no reason for them to be there. I'm very funny where I like stuff to be in order, and like I like sight, like, you know, stuff to be in a cyclical order. Like, okay, I go outside, I expect this to happen, I expect that to happen. When it don't, you know what I'm saying? It throws me off. So I'm like, I don't know, my subconscious, I'm thinking like the armadillo is a bully. It came in there, it's chased off the rabbit, it scared the possum, it wants to take over the yard. You know what I'm saying? He think the yard is the hood. I'm still trying to civilize myself here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he done took over the yard. He think he the shit. You know what I mean? Fuck that. I got it. Now watch this. I come out there. I don't see him. So I'm sitting out there. I'm smoking. And I'm moving my leg. I got the gun sitting right here. I'm smoking. Every time something make a noise, I'm looking. So I'm moving in the grass. I grab a gun. I'm like Barney Fife, looking stupid as hell. I'm so dumb. I'm looking through the scope with both eyes open. How the fuck am I aim? I was so hell bent on proving a point. I'm looking through the scope with both eyes open. You know, you're supposed to be like this. I'm like this. Makes no sense. I hear this brush in the bush, and I know the brush. I said, that's him. I takes the gun. You remember the part on, I like war movies. Remember the part on American Sniper when he was about to shoot the kid, and he had the grenade like that, and he shot, and the boy fell, and the grenade fell when the lady gave him the grenade, and the guy was like, good shot. And he was like, get the F off me. I was like that. I'm looking down the barrel of the thing. I'm like, don't do it. Don't you do it. I meant to tell you, I went and got some jalapeno plants. I got 4 of them this time, and I replanted them that day, and a couple of them had jalapenos on them. So I'm like, that really got me mad too, because I'm like, yo, he ain't eating this shit. So now, the jalapenos is the American soldiers. I'm Bradley Cooper defending the unit. Don't do it. Don't you do it. I hear the rustling. It's getting loud. I said, don't you do it. Don't you do it. I see the grass start to move down. I just fire into the bush. Boom. Well, it ain't boom. It was a pellet gun. I put the thing down. I start smoking. That'll learn you. That's what I said. I remember me saying, that'll learn you. Couple minutes pass. I'm about to put the cigarette out. I hear something moving in the bush. I'm like, what the fuck? I go to grab the gun. The rabbit comes out the bushes. Hopping. Falls over. I said, no. I push the gun down. I run over to the rabbit. I get over to the rabbit. Motherfucker take his last breath. Now, I don't know if you ever seen something take its last breath. When they take their last breath, it's a long, and then it's a, and their body just deep, and their eyes open real wide. That shit hurt me. That shit hurt me because that bullet wasn't meant for him. He got caught in the crossfire. I shot this rabbit. I went in the house crying like a baby because I seen it when it was a baby. And I was just happy it was nature. I thought somebody fucked with it. I'm trying to protect him and my goddamn peppers. I winds up killing them all because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I shoot him. He dies. I'm hurt. I mean, I'm hurt, y'all, for real. No laughing shit, man. I mean, I seen it as a baby. I was happy. It was like redemption from the bunny story before when the bunny died in the bathroom. Remember another story? It was redemption. I'm like, damn, this is a sign from God. And I done fucked it up. So the rabbit dies, right? Now I go in the house. I tells my wife at the time, I said, I done killed the damn rabbit. She laying in the bed. Yo, women, y'all don't give a damn about nothing when y'all sleep. I'm like, I just killed the rabbit. Oh my God. I'm trying to get sympathy. This her. Well, you better get a trash bag and put it in it. It's going to be stinking by the morning. I said, that wasn't the reaction I wanted. That was not the reaction. I goes downstairs. I get the garbage bag. I go out there. I'm hurt. I mean, tears rolling. Don't nobody know this. It's dark outside. I can't nobody see. But I mean, I was hurt. I never killed an animal on purpose like that. So I picks the rabbit up and it's heavy. And I said, I put him in the plastic bag and I go in the house and I get on YouTube and I'm like, how to skin a rabbit. And, I'll be watching them nature shows. I'm like, damn, I ain't never had rabbit before. Fuck it. I killed him. You know what I'm saying? I believe you shouldn't kill an animal unless you're going to eat it. I ain't never skinned the animal or nothing. I'll try it. I'm like, we barbecuing tomorrow. I'll make the rabbit and I'll be like a mountain man. I'm telling you, this is how I was. I'm like, I'll be like a mountain man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I get the rabbit and I go and put the rabbit on the counter and I open the thing and I look at the rabbit. Motherfucker got bugs crawling all over it. Like, I guess like ticks and shit. It's like I touched it. I tied it back up and I wound up throwing it away. It was trash day the next day anyway. But I'm like, man, I don't see how people be skinning and eating animals, man. Like killing deer and stuff. I couldn't do it, man. I don't see how people do it. But I mean, you couldn't tell me that. I was Elmer Fudd, man. I was going to get that wascally rabbit. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it wasn't really him I wanted. But I mean, that shit hurt me when I did that. I'm like, damn, I'm shooting it. But anyway, make a long story short, the armadillo is not out there at night. That next morning, I wake up and I'm mad. I got an attitude. I get up 5 a.m. and leave the house. It's still dark. I come outside. Guess who's out there? Guess who's out there? Your boy. Guess where he's at? Eating my shit. He all on the peppers and shit, all stupid and shit. He going up and down. He moving. Look, I went and got that thing. Put it in there. I said, I got you. I shoots it. When I shoot the armadillo, y'all, the bullet bounced off. It said, ding, I heard it, ding. And he stopped and he looked. And he just started eating again. I did just like this. Boom, I shot. Why keep saying boom? It's a pellet gun. Boom, I shoot the pellet gun, right? And I look away because I know I hit him, I heard it. The way he looked at that shit, he was like, never mind, start eating. I stares at the gun. Oh, he think it's a game. I shoots again. Boom, this time I shoot him. I hit him again. He jumps in the air. They jump. When you shoot them, they jump. Ding! It sounds like the turkey shoot thing. When you shoot it, it goes back and forth. Ding! I shoot him. When I shoot him, right? This time he jumps up and he runs. But when he runs, I don't know if he can see or not. He runs straight towards me because I guess like it hit him hard enough. And I don't think he can see me. So he shoots. My yard was long. He shoots and he's running like this. He runs this way and then he turns and then he's just coming straight. I got the thing. I'm putting another thing in there, right? And I look up and I see him. I didn't see him coming. Now I'm scrambling to get the thing in there, right? He's coming fast as hell. I couldn't get the BB in the hole. I just took the whole gun when it was bent in half. I just threw it at him. I ran in the house and peeked out the fucking window. I was a bitch. I never fuck with it. I left the peppers out there and everything. He ate the peppers. I ain't do nothing. I went and got a lawman to do the backyard. It was too much. I paid a little $25 a month. I don't give a shit. Man, that was it, man. I was like, I don't want to do hunting. I don't want to do none of that shit. That gun, I put that gun in the garage, and I never touched it. You know what I'm saying? My son usually be in one of these lives. If he's in here, he'll tell you how the house used to look because it had a detached garage. I had the BB gun out of the thing. I never touched another gun ever again. I'm like, I ain't doing that. I can't do it. I don't have a heart for it. You know what I'm saying? I tried to make a good thing by trying to eat it, but I couldn't get. It had bugs on it. Hell no. I don't know. I mean, a zombie apocalypse, I'm good at telling jokes and, you know, defending people, but as far as hunting, you got to train me. Shit. I mean, I'm black. That do count for something, right? We don't hunt like that. I mean, we used to, but I mean, over here we're spoiled. That's that story. The Elmer Fudd story, man. I'm going to tell you all a jail story. You all want to hear the jail story? This is funny. This story right here, we're going to call reality check. I was in county jail fighting my case for 2 years straight. I seen seasons pass. And I was in a one cell block room. I never went outside on purpose. I didn't see sunlight for 2 years. Shit. For 2 years, that's a fact. Because I didn't want to go outside and smell the air and get depressed because I can't get out there. So I just stayed in there. I had a routine. I worked out, ate, read books. You know, this is when I was going to prison. Like, you know, I was in there for 2 years on this one stint, my last stint. So anyway, right? When you're in prison, and I mean, when you're in jail, jail is worse than prison. A lot of people don't know that. Jail, you have a lot of people coming off the street that still have that street mentality. And they still have that street bravado where they feel as though they have to uphold that, you know, stuff inside. You know what I mean? So until you go to prison, the level of stress is high because your case is not solved yet for you to know your final destination. You understand what I'm saying? So you'll see fights. You'll see vicious fights. You'll see people doing street shit, doing drugs, fighting each other, all kind of crazy stuff, jumping people. I seen 100 and something people jump on a dude. That's another story I can tell you. Jail is another world. You still in jail, depending on what cell block you on, they might have different rules. It's like a different governing nation. The block I was on was like, if somebody steals, everybody lines up. It's called break for the gate. Everybody lines up. Once you're found out, you better break for that gate and bang on it before you get killed. And everybody in there has to jump on you, even if you ain't got nothing to do with it or not. And I seen it go down. I seen dudes get caught in the back and just be like a bunch of Apaches on a Confederate soldier getting tore up. Where you think I got that line them up and make them run through the line? They used to do that shit. Break for the gate. Everybody line up and have something in their hands. You got to run through there. You never make it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, right? While I'm in there, I start doing push-ups. Now, when I went to jail, I was 144 pounds at 27 years old. I was always a small person. So when I first go in there, I don't know anybody. So they're like, yo, I said, I see them doing workouts. I see the big guys. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna start working out with them. I was older. You know, 27 going to jail is considered old. People call you uncle when you're in there. Like, yo, unc. Like, why you in here? You old as hell. So that right there let me know the mentality of people that get locked up. It's like from 18, I guess, to 24, you supposed to have went to jail at least one time in the black community. I don't know where we get that from. But anyway, right? I'm 27. I'm in there. I'm working out. I don't have problems with people because, like, a lot of people, I'm like really an older guy compared to them. And they're like, you know, kid, young kids do young kid stuff among young kids, so I ain't had no problem. So I'm working out, and I stay to myself. And, you know, you develop a friendships with people in there, you know, meeting them. But I stayed mainly to myself. I didn't watch the TV because all they had was rap videos on all day and all night. They had one TV. We had two TVs. One was a Hispanic TV up front. They watched Telemundo all the time. TV in the back, they watch rap videos. And that was the black TV. They watch rap videos all day. If you was white or other than black or Hispanic, you had to pick your poison and what you wanted to watch. So anyway, right? I work out. Now I'm in there about 1.75 years. I'm almost on my way out of there because I'm going to the feds. So I'm on my way out of there. I'm working out. And like one day, one of the guys that was in there was like, you know, I seen people leave, do small bids, 4 or 5 months, go home, catch a charge, and come back. And they be like, damn, you still here, Steve? And they would send them back to the same block. They like, damn, you still here? And I'm like, yeah, I'm still here fighting. And people get to know you. But when they would come back, they'd be like, damn, you big as hell. And I'm like saying to myself, you know, I see myself as 140 something pounds skinny kid. I mean, well, dude. And people are like, yo, you big as hell. I don't know this. So one day they like, yo, go to the infirmary. And I forgot what they told me to say, but they let me off the block. And they was like, go to the infirmary, get on the scale. I get on the scale. I weigh 204. I weigh 204. We have mirrors, but they're scratched out. You know, people scratch the mirror out, so you can't see anything. So I can't see myself. I goes in the infirmary, right? They got this bedpan, and then they got this whole mirror thing, but it's made out of metal, and you can see yourself. I pushed that little curtain to the side. I look, I said, damn, my forearm, like this part was big as hell. I'm like, my shoulders. I'm like, I do look big. I take my shirt off. My shit was like, I was like, what the fuck? I'm doing stupid shit. Ain't nobody in there. I was like, I'm looking like, damn, it worked. So anyway, right? All of a sudden, I'm big-headed. I come back to the block, right? And, you know, people got to get humble. You know, I'm not ashamed to express something crazy that happened to me. Because, I mean, it happens. Ain't no person that's perfect. I goes in there. Now, I'm on some stuff like, yo, chill out. Don't do that. You know, I'm still cool, but I'm like, yo, I don't want that silliness around me. I'm starting to insert myself. A new guy comes onto the block. I'm going to say his name is T. He looked exactly like Denzel Washington. I swear to God, yo. Remember when Denzel Washington was young and like he had, remember Denzel Washington in Crimson Tide? He looked just like Denzel Washington in that movie. I mean, the same face and everything, except he had a small, like, black mole right here. But he looked just like Denzel. So they're like, yo, you like Denzel. So me and him became cool. Now you could tell he was big too under his, you know, people that have been in jail, you know, when they wear them jail clothes, the way them clothes fit, you could tell when somebody got something under there. Their arms be skinny right here, and the rest of this shit be look like Ravishing Rick Rude. I go and befriend him. Well, I mean, we just befriended each other. And he was real cool. So something happened one day, and we was cracking jokes, right? All of a sudden, something happened, and he said something, and it didn't piss me off, but people laughed a little too hard, and I felt as though I had to say something. You know what I'm saying? So we get into a little argument, and I'm like, yo, we going back and forth. So he kind of like, it started escalating, like jail shit escalate fast. So they had this thing called lock in. We can go lock in right now. Now, if anybody real or not, you know, it's metal in there. Metal in them cells, you bump your head. I've seen people get their shit split to the pink meat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, we could lock in. Why did I say that? Why did I say that? He did. The way he got up, I knew it was a problem. I knew I said too much. I'm like, yo, I'm moving. I'm colorful with my hands. I'm like, yo, my man, we ain't even got to do that. We can lock in. I'll do my father. We can lock in right now. By the time my thumb pointed, he jumped up and he walked by my face and started going to the cell. my peoples from the street that he came later too. He like, you don't want to go in there. Please, Steve, don't go in there. Please, please, Steve. No, please, Steve, he'll kill you. Don't go in there. I said, fuck, get the fuck off me. I'm talking trash. Because now the whole block, you can't back down. I goes in there. I goes to take my shirt off. Because everybody take their shirt off. That's the hood thing. I'm going to take my shirt off. I goes in the room. I say, what's up now? And I go to do like this. I looked. I was ripped. But this dude right here, I can't even explain how he looked. He looked like a bodybuilder where you know when people, the Japanese anime where they got muscle on top of muscle and shit, like, how do you get that in there with the food they serve? He didn't get commissary. How do you have that? So when I went in there, I looked, in my head, I said, this motherfucker here got slave jeans. He turned around and his face was different. I'm used to laughing with him. I saw that look in his eye. He said, because he'd been upstate before. He'd been in the jail. Because he was telling me how it's going to be. He turned around and just looked. I did just like this. Now I done slammed the door. It's locked. I can't get out. Boom. What's up now? I saw that shit. Man, why we even doing this, man? I started talking immediately. Like, why we even doing this, man? Come on, look at this, man. Well, why we even fighting, man? But, bro, you the one talking shit. This what you want? Man, you know, I started copping a plea and shit. I started copping a plea. I did not want no parts of that. Just looking at him scared me. Because remember, I only seen myself once. And for a couple of seconds, I'm looking at this motherfucker for 30 seconds. And I know I don't want no part of that shit. I'm like, if this motherfucker dropped me on my head, or he put me in the yes, yes, y'all, you know what I'm saying? You know what the yes, yes, y'all is, right? When you put them in that chokehold and they pooping shit on themselves, the tap out, I'm like, yo, if he put, because he used to always be like, yo, I put my man in the, he'd be like, I'll put you in the yes, yes, y'all. I started thinking, I looked at his arm right here, this shit. I said, okay, this right here activates this activates this. This right here is like the nutcracker. I got a little ass chicken neck. I get in there, I'm going to shit diarrhea. I did not want none of that. I said, no. Hell to the no. Hey, man, why are we even doing this? Come on, man. Just 10 minutes ago, we were friends. Shit. And you know what? I'm glad I did that shit. Because we had a mini riot on the block 3 or 4 weeks later. The Eagles, I tell you the time I was in jail, it was in the 2000s. 2000, 2001. Remember when the Eagles played the Rams in the playoff game? And Carell Buckhalter, the running back of the Eagles, fumbled the ball? If y'all watch football in the playoffs. All the black dudes had money on it. They was watching it. I'm up front watching it too because I love the Eagles. I'm a football fan. I watch football all the time. So we're looking at the Eagles, right? Spanish dudes, now we all get along, but in jail, race is separated. And everybody does get along, but if another race does something and you go to mob on them, they all got to ride. I ain't never been in no ride shit, right? I'll tell you that about that ride. I'm going to start telling you about that. During the ride, people start fighting. Metaphysical Moonlighters think. During the ride, people start fighting. It was the funniest thing in the world. My friend that I knew from the street, he was my cellmate, and we had a friend that he knew from the street. So all three of us is kind of like, we know each other. You know, we know where we're from. So nobody messed with us because we defend each other. Me and my boy downstairs watching the game with everybody else, Hispanics start fighting up front over the TV. They got a young boy that just came on the block, and this guy right here is a troublemaker amongst them. They don't like him, but they got to protect him because he getting all these spats, and the older ones trying to control him. He want to watch the rap up there. The Spanish people like, we don't watch that shit up here. We watch Telemundo. You know what I'm saying? He arguing, going back and forth. All of a sudden, he go in the back, and he's saying something to them. He run up there and rip the cable cord out the TV in the middle of a football game. He did that shit. We lost our minds. Hey, man, what the? Everybody jumped up. And this is the craziest thing. When it goes down, there's always tension. Soon as he did that, dudes jumped up and he ran back over to where them guys was, and it was like almost instantly. Jail education 101 class was in session. They stood up all the way across the tier. For a split second, everybody looked, and then everybody scrambled, like the old West, like when Desperados was coming. People are scrambling. I think I saw tumbleweed made out of toilet paper in there. It was a fucking mess. Going all about. I'm like, what the hell's going on? My boy is like, yo, get to the room right now. I'm like, shit. I'm running like with everybody else, right? Go upstairs. He like, strap up. I said, strap up. That means put your shoes on. We put the shoes on and shit. I said, what's going on? We about to fight. We gotta throw down. It's us against the poppies. We call them poppies up east. Us against the pop. I said, what the fuck? I said, we cool with the poppies. Not right now. Put shit on. I put my shit on. I'm following, but I'm trying to ask questions, but I don't want to look stupid. We run outside. Everybody's downstairs. Now the old people stay hidden, like the women and children in the old West. They looking out the portholes. Shit, because they ain't got no battle in them. Reason why I bring this up, they get to fighting. When I say they get to fighting, motherfuckers just fighting. People just jumping on people. You know what I'm saying? I was one of the guys that had size. I got along with people. It's funny. You go to fight people, and people are just mainly grabbing people and pushing people. You know what I'm saying? While they were fighting, somebody got hit and it turned serious. Somebody had a bolt that they sharpened and stabbed one of the black dudes in the face, cut his lip. When the black dude seen that, all hell breaks loose. Oh, hell no. We all like, oh, hell no. I'm saying it too. Oh, hell no. While they was fighting, right? The dude I was going to fight, they had a big Spanish guy on their side, right? He grabbed the black dude and picked the black dude up in the air like this and said something in Spanish. The dude I was going to fight, that big dude that you didn't know he was big under that shit, came up behind him while he had the man in the air, right? And picked him up with the guy in the air and slammed both of them on their heads. They both was knocked out. The Spanish guy started shaking like this, like convulsing, and he turned around and was like, ah, and then he just ran the fuck off. I swear to God, my heart dropped. I said, I would have died. I would have died if I was in there trying to play Johnny Cool. I would have fucking died. I've never seen that. It was like the Ultimate Warrior off of WWF back in the day. He was the Ultimate Warrior. He did that shit. Yo, they took them both out on the stretcher. They was the only ones that, but after he did that, the fight was over. Poppy's everybody like, okay, okay. Somebody hits the gate. Here come the police. Everybody see the police. Everybody run through the thing. Them dudes on the ground. I said, could you imagine if I went in there and tried to act like I was the shit? You know what I'm saying? Yo, it would have been bad. I would not be here. He would have flung me like a dirty rug. Man, shit. I learned my lesson with that. You can't underestimate people because he was very soft-spoken and nice. And you know what? I'm trying to assert my dominance. But fucking what? I'd have got killed. He'd have put me in the yes yard. I'd shit on myself. They still be talking about that in the street right now. I'd have definitely had to leave Jersey. But anyway, that's that story. That's called reality check. I got punked down. I ain't afraid to admit it. I survived shit. Just like A&E. I survived. Now, we on story number 4. Y'all ready? This story right here took place in Atlantic City, New Jersey. I used to catch the bus, right? I used to go to this tech school in Blackwood, right? Penco Tech. A lot of y'all in Jersey know where that's at. I was trying to get ASC certification, so I went to that school to take them through the school for my diesel mechanic, because that's where I was when I was in Jersey. My certifications, right? So I'm going through the program, my company paying for it. So, you know, I go to school in the morning and come back. I ain't got to go to work, but I'm still getting paid. So I'm going there on the bus in the morning. I see this chick. I meet this chick, right? Now, I ain't got no car. She ain't got no car. But I see her, and she's bad as hell. You know, just, you know how you see the ghetto diamonds. You heard I did the story, a ghetto diamond. Now, I said, ain't in Blackwood, is Bridge. It might be Bridgeton. I ain't been up in Jersey so long. I thought it was in Blackwood. But anyway, right? Ghetto diamond. She was my age, and she was young looking. She ain't have crow's feet. She ain't have none of that shit. And I'm looking at this chick, and I'm like, man, God, listen, ladies, I'm going to tell you something about men. Y'all look at a guy and be cautious. A man to look at a girl and throw all caution to the wind. We'll see a motherfucker immediately want to spend money on her. Immediately want to make her our wife. Immediately want to lick her all over. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Man, her face looked good. If it was cake, I would have ate it. You know what I'm saying? Men are weird. We're just weird like that. We're visual. I'm sitting there one day and I'm creeping, like looking at her, like every time she look, I look away, and I'm like, shit. Why you gotta look good on a bus like that? Damn. I started getting mad at her because the way she looked and shit, it was making me mad. But anyway, I'm on the bus one day, I'm laughing and joking, I'm telling jokes, we laugh and everything. She started laughing at one of my jokes. So I turn up, cracking jokes, we going back and forth and all this stuff. She laughed. She's like, "Ah, you funny?" I'm like, yeah. What's your name? I see you every day. Yeah, I open the door. So she like, "What you doing on the weekend?" So we talking on the bus every morning, and it's a long ride. So I got about 40 minutes with her. All of a sudden, Shorty's sitting with me by day 3. We like kids in the schoolyard. I'm making progress. She's sitting with me now. So now you can't tell me nothing. This started on Monday. By Friday, I used to go to Atlantic City and go to the casino on Friday, because I get my paycheck and I ain't got to do, so go out there. So she's like, "What you be doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, I shoot the AC, on Friday." "Oh, for real? Oh, okay. That's why you don't be on the bus." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be making moves." "What you be doing down there?" A little bit of something, ain't nothing much. You can't tell me nothing, right? I ain't got no car. I just got out of jail, prison. I ain't got no car. I paroled to my mom's house. You can't tell me shit. I don't want her to know that though. I used to be the guys I talk about in my videos. Remember I say sex is for the accomplished? And it is. But you can't tell no dude nothing. That's why I'm so passionate when I talk about videos. I was that person. I know. So anyway, right? All of a sudden, she goes with me to Atlantic City, right? When she goes with me to Atlantic City, we walking around. We in the Taj Mahal. Now this is like 2005-ish. 2005, 2006. I'm good with date, like years, but I'm not good with name. So anyway, I know it was cold. And anyway, we go down there and she got paid, I got paid. She get on the game, she playing Mr. Cashman or whatever slot machine she playing, and she's killing it. I get on the crap table, I'm killing it. So it was a good date because we both made money. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that like put us together, like, okay, like we got something in common. We can come here together and do this and all this other stuff, right? We in the Taj Mahal. So all of a sudden they had these impersonators that would sing, this paid band that would sing old school stuff. So they singing like old stuff like Object of My Desire by you know what I'm talking about. You know that song. And they sing these. And then they had these Prince performers that would come out and sing like these 80 R&B songs. So he was coming out and they're singing like Morris Day at a Time, they're dancing and stuff. And everybody's dancing on the floor and stuff and having fun. One of the guys is a black guy in the group, right? Now, when I went to Atlantic City, she brought her girlfriend with her. Her girlfriend said she knew from high school. I ain't know this chick. Queen Spirit, thank you so much. So, make a long story short, they're out there dancing. I don't dance like that. You know what I'm saying? I got the cool complex. My man come out there, he dancing on the floor. He start dancing with old girl. Now I can dance, but I don't be doing this crazy stuff you see kids doing. But anyway, I can move. So I go out there, I see her dancing. I can see she like looking at me like, come on. I'm like, damn, here I go. I go out there and do my little thing and shit. Dancing with her. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, my man like, yo, y'all, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. Now it's tomorrow's Saturday. So he like, yo, come back to my room. I'm a performer. I got a suite here. We like, all right, back. You know what I mean? Because I was vibing with dude. He was cool. He feeling shorty. He tells me, he like, yo, I'm trying to get out your people's girl. He said she vibing, but she don't want to stay down here by herself. So I need y'all to come back to the room. I got a suite. He come to me as a man. I'm like, all right, back. Shit, maybe I'll get lucky too. You know what I mean? Shorty had the bubble. She had the face. Come on. It's a win-win. We goes to the joint. He orders Chinese food and all this type of stuff from downstairs. They had like a P.F. Chang's or some shit. Orders Chinese food and everything. So now we go in there and like, you know, I'm just trying to sit and vibe with her. I ain't seeing her on the bus. You know, the casino's good. We holding hands stuff. But now I get to really chill. Because remember, I ain't got my own place. I live with my mom. You know what I mean? I'm paroled to the house with my mom now, which was killing me. So this is the next best thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm up in the suite chilling. She like, this real nice. I'm like, yeah, it is. Yeah. Fronting like a mother. Next thing you know, my man like, yo, he dip off in the room. He like, y'all gonna stay? She like, you want to stay? I don't care. When she said that, I was like, yes. Oh, you couldn't tell me. I said, oh, you know I'm down. You know I'm down. Stays the night. We stay in one room. They stay in another room. I got lucky. You know what it is. You know I'm gonna keep it real. And the next day, we count up the money we made. I made like $2 grand. She made this on slot machines. You believe this? $5,800 on a slot machine. I'm like, slot machines pay like that? I don't never mess with them. So she got all this money. So she like, let's take the money and split it up. So my $2,800 turned to $3,500 because like, you know, we put our money like $7,000. So I'm like, bet me, I don't want to do shit else. I'm not spending my shit. You know what I'm saying? She thinks she lucky. She should go back to the machine. Now this time, we didn't mess around. And we was already like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling you feeling me. I said, let me explain my position to you. And I'm telling her, and she like, damn, I don't have my own spot neither because I moved with my sister because I just got out of divorce. So I didn't feel bad. So we both ain't got no spot. You know what I'm saying? But we still want to make this work because we feeling each other. So now, this is the second day of us being, the third day of, this is Sunday now. Remember Friday night we went, we stayed overnight. This is Saturday. We chill all day, walking the boardwalk, enjoying each other's company. Saturday night come. We go to, it was Taj Mahal. We was at the first night. Then you come down, Bally's Hotel. We go to Bally's. Go to Bally's, I play roulette. So I'm making outside bets on roulette. I try to take $200 and double it to 4, pocket to 2, and then do it all over again. I'm doing well. This her. She's drinking a lot. How you doing? I was like, I'm doing good. I got my chips over here, but they're $1 chips, but she think they like $5 chips each. So my shit look like World Series of Poker. I know people watch that kind of stuff and rob you. So I keep cashing out and getting smaller stacks. So every time I come back, she like, why you at the same stack? I'm like, I'm winning. I'm just explaining to her what I'm doing. So this her. She always got a drink and it's constantly getting like more and more intense. She's starting to stink in the mouth, you know? And I'm like, yo, you right now? She's falling on me. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? And she like, nothing. I said, why you keep coming over here? I said, what's going on over there? You winning? When somebody do that, nah. So next thing you know, I start upping the bet. And I make a bet while she's talking to me. And I put the chips on the table in the wrong spot. And the number hits 35-1. I had $200 on it. I hit the 7 grand. The table goes wild. I don't even know what the fuck happened. So I look and I'm like, the lady's like, good job. I was like, what? I saw them put that little marker on that shit. I said, oh, how much is that? 7 grand. People are clapping at the table. She pays me 7 grand in black chips. When she sees the black chips, shorty like this. I'm going over here. So I'm like, bet. I'm getting up. So I'm going to play one more round because it was early and this happened. So now I got these black chips in my pocket. She come back. Yo, give me $1,000. I said, what? Where your money at? What happened? Don't worry about that. Like now she got attitude. She acting totally different. Like aggressive. I said, what you talking about? She like, give me like $1,000. I mean, I'll give it back to you. I'm like, what happened to you? I'll give you the money, but what happened? I'm trying to understand what happened. So she like, you gonna give me the money or not? I give her the $1,000. When I give her $1,000, she leaves. She's gone for about 30 minutes. Now I'm calling her because I want to get off the table. So I'm calling her. She don't answer. She comes back. She is pissy drunk, y'all. Pissy drunk. She comes back and she like, give me another 1,000. I'm like, nah, come on, we let's leave. She was so drunk, right? She was like falling on me and like laughing, but like she was aggressive, grabbing my pockets. I had on like stretch shorts, you know, like regular shorts, but like she's pulling like my underwear short. I'm like, yo, chill, like you know, let's just go. I don't know what happened, but she snapped. She reached in my pocket. I grab her hand. She slaps the shit out of me. I let her hand go. When I let her hand go, she grabs all of the chips and I go to grab her wrist and she threw them shits across she threw them shits. Man, them people was like flying fish going for bait. It was, man, I lost all that money and the casino couldn't do nothing. They couldn't do nothing. After that, we done, shorty. I needed that money too. That was money to get me an apartment, get on my feet. Because my probation officer said, hey, if I got on my feet, because, you know, I had, before I committed my crime, I worked. So, you know, they want to get you back on your feet. That money would have changed my life. And she blew that shit. And I was like, yo, you crazy. So anyway, I was hot. We go home. And I left her alone for a couple of days. You know, she didn't get on the bus money, so I ain't see her. So that's that story. I'm going to stop that story here. And we're going to pick it up because this other story I'm about to tell. In fact, damn, they're back to back. We might as well go into it. The name of this story right here, with the same girl. She was too pretty for me to let go. And that's one of the things, man. Men do some crazy stuff. She was too attractive for me to let go. I couldn't see nobody else with her, and I still try to make it work. That's one of the problems I had, you know, back in the day with crazy stuff I would do. So check this out. This one here, we're going to call Roach Motel. This one called Roach Motel. Later on that week, right? Friday, her sister going out of town. So she like, yo, my sister gone. Come over the house for the weekend. And we'll just chill over here because she stayed in the basement. And the basement was laid out. And I'm like, damn, this is pimp. I went down there, I'm like, damn, carpet and shit. This is nice. Got a little bed, you know, cable. I'm like, I stay over here. And I got a problem staying over people's house. I'd rather somebody stay over my house, you know, because I don't be defenseless. I don't mean no harm to nobody, but I just don't feel right after having to fight my way out of so many situations with dudes, and you know how it go. So check it out, right? I goes over there and I'm staying there. Everything cool. She come from work. She got a bunch, like, you know, them 2 for beers, the alcoholics, you know, like winos be wearing, like, in the brown paper bag. She buy them shits, but she buy a whole bunch of them, or a case of them long, tall boys or whatever. Like, you drink that shit? So that's her thing. I don't say nothing, right? Next thing you know, she start getting drunk, but she's like drunk to where like she getting sleepy. So she winds up going to sleep at 9 o'clock. I'm too far to walk from the house. You know what I'm saying? At night, I'm watching cable. I'm starting to hear shit. And it feels like hair is touching me. I keep going. Now the place is nice in there. I'm not thinking nothing of it. So I lays down. I'm like, I lay down around 11 o'clock. Got the lights off now. Watching TV. And it feels like something, like a feather or something. I'm like, maybe a string's on the pillow or something. I'm not figuring it out. Man, look. I cut the light off. Go to sleep. And I'm sleeping hard. I'm sleeping hard. I wake up and it sounds like water running. And when I say water running, imagine like somebody turned a spigot on and something was running down a wall. Not splashing, but you could tell it's fluid, like something moving. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? So she had one of those lights in there where you clap it and it come on. So I'm laying there against her, spooning her, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? It sounds like just water running all around me. And I'm like, is a pipe leaking? I clap my hands and turn the TV on at the same time. As the TV's coming on, I turn to the side. The whole room, guys, because like, you know, they had that plywood paneling back in the day, that little wood paneling to pimp out your basement, full of fucking roaches. Full of roaches. There were roaches in the fucking bed. They were crawling on us the whole time. I had roach shit all on me. I don't believe I slept through that. I looked at her. She still had her wig on because she didn't take the wig off before she fell asleep drunk. I goes to push her like this, and roaches start crawling all out of her hair in the back, every damn thing. And she just moved like this, like it was nothing. I'm jumping like, oh shit, they're all getting on me. And you could tell when roaches be around people and they comfortable because they'll just get on you. Usually a roach run away from you. These motherfuckers just get on you. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? So anyway, listen, I'm scared to get up, but I got to shake this off. I get up. I jump up. I start itching. Now, it's roaches all on the wall, on the bed, because the bed was connected to the wall. And now I'm itching because I just think about it and shit is just getting all on me. And I'm like, yo, get up. So I'm calling her. I'm like, yo, get up. I'm shaking her. She's so drunk, she ain't waking up. She got a bottle, a can of beer in her hand, right? I goes to grab the beer out of her hand, you know what I mean, to turn her over. When I grabbed the bottle of beer, right? I mean, a can of beer, it was still filled up at the top. When I go to grab a can of beer and do like that, roaches all came out, start getting in my hand. I drops the beer on the ground. Dead roaches in the beer and live roaches just come running out. I've never seen an infestation like that, right? I finally turn her over and go to wake her up. She gets up and gets mad at me because I woke her up. I was sleeping good. Why you wake me up? My head hurt. I said, it's roaches all in it. They ain't gonna bother you. Just lay down. She said that shit. I couldn't believe it. I said, that's trifling. So I don't know what to say. I'm like, damn. I know for a fact she out of here. I don't even want the Cody no more. The drinking I wasn't down with, you know what I'm saying? And then this the coup de grace. Man, I gotta go. Look, I gets up. I'm walking, right? Got my hoodie, put my hoodie on, all this other stuff. I get outside, it's cold. My hoodie's big. This is when we used to wear oversized clothing and shit, like jersey with the hoodie and big pants and shit. I'm dressed like that. Leather jacket with the hoodie, jersey. I'm walking. It's so cold. I feel shit going up in my armpit where the heat at. I got roaches all over me. It got so bad because they kept trying to like go up near my ear and shit. And I had at least 20 or 30 roaches on. I could feel them. And like I was trying to get past a certain point on Federal Street. Like some of y'all know Federal Street, the way you know I ain't getting stuck up and shit. Certain streets I'm trying to pass, so I don't want to stop. It was a nightmare. By the time I got home, I had like 2 or 3 roaches still on me because I had to keep shaking my clothes and take my clothes off. I had to stop in the stores, and it was bad. It was bad. And I'm like, damn, you was a pretty girl. And it's like, your situation is unfortunate. So anyway, make a long story short, she got mad at me over that because I didn't want to come over her house no more. I don't give a fuck. Shit. I don't want that shit on me. You can stay in the roach motel all you want. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it. I was done with that. And that's that story, right? This story right here, you're gonna like. This is one of them what the fuck stories. We gonna call this one The Latin Lover. It's about a dude I used to work with. Now, I worked for 2 aquarium companies before I started my own business. One of them I worked about 2 months. And this is where this job took place. This story takes place. I get assigned to somebody to take me around the route and show me who's who and the customers. And I'm basically his helper, right? Because I don't know the job and, you know, the quality of work they want, the rigmarole of learning the new job, right? So he introduces himself to me, and his name is Mark, but it's really Marco, but it's Mark. They call him Mark. He has a strong Latino accent, right? He's from Cuba. So he has this bravado to where every time we go to a house and it's a woman, he has to puff his chest out and he'll take his hat off and he'll do his hair like this and he'll order me to do something. And when he talks to the woman, he's overbearing over her. And he says, yes, ma'am, I will. He always got these dreamy eyes. He don't have that when ain't no girls around, but he got these dreamy eyes, right? So I would always go in the car like, what is you doing here? Bust out laughing, right? So he always go to this character. So I just known him as this character. So I asked other people, I'm like, yo, you know, Marco be doing this. They said, man, he think he the Latin lover, man. That's his thing. Let him go, man. Let him go. So about a month into it, I noticed that certain places we go, they have housekeeping, and housekeeping is normally Hispanic. Now, some of the places we went to had some drop dead gorgeous housekeepers, and some places didn't. But I noticed when he would go, and he would go to the house, the housekeepers would be there, and they would always be like, hey, what's going on? You know, and he'd be like, hey, what's going on? So all of a sudden, while we up there working, right? This dude right here would dip off. I'm not thinking nothing of it. Hey, I'm going to the truck. I will be right back. And he would always snap his fingers. I'll be right back. And he leaves. 15, 20 minutes, come back, the tank filling. We got to sit there and wait for the tank, right? All of a sudden, I'm not thinking nothing about it. We get in the truck, and he would take a towel and he would just start wiping his hands off, and he would always wipe his mouth. I'm like, what's going on? I never thought about it and put two and two together. So now we go to this house. It's on a golf course, right? And it's in Houston, but like certain part of Houston where like a lot of rich folks live. So we go out there, we go to the house. I see the housekeeper. Yo, the housekeeper, I mean, she was, you know, so I don't want to say nobody's not attractive, but I mean, she was not, you know what I'm saying. He comes in and he's like, hey, how are you? We go upstairs. He's like, oh my God, you saw that? Ugh, yuck. Oh, I said, man, you crazy. He was like, there you go. You want? He always do that when he see a girl that he think was attractive. He's like, you want? You want? I talk for you. I'm like, no. So all of a sudden, right? We upstairs working. All of a sudden, he goes downstairs. I go to the truck. I will be right back. Do not move from here. The tank is like 2 feet deep. We're using a garden hose off of a sink, the sink downstairs. So we're running hoses from the sink downstairs in the kitchen where housekeeping was at. I'm not thinking nothing of it. As it starts to fill up, all of a sudden, it's starting to get to the top. He ain't came back. I'm not supposed to touch the water. He is. But it's about to fill up in these people's house. They got fine art on the wall and everything else. I got to go downstairs. I run downstairs. When I run downstairs, like when you coming down the stairs, you know, like you coming from the top to the bottom, it's the ceiling part. You can't see until you look down. They have an island kitchen. I come down the steps and the steps don't make no noise. When I come down the steps, right, I look, I see these, because he's a fair-skinned Latino with like greenish eyes. So I come downstairs, I see these long, skinny legs with the pants at the ankle. I thought he was dead. Somebody raped him. All I saw was his legs. He was laying on his stomach. I came downstairs. I'm like, what the hell? So I run around the thing, and I'm like, you know, because I don't know if he's dead or not. I don't want to walk into a murder scene because he wasn't moving. I go look around the corner. He's laying on the housekeeper. She got missionary. He laying on her as she's stroking his hair like after the lovemaking act was done on the kitchen floor where anybody can come in there. I said, man, what is you doing? All you heard was, go, money, go. I need privacy. Go to the truck. I said, I got to cut the window. Oh, yes. And he laid back on her right in front of me like this. She started stroking his hair on the floor. Who does that? I've never seen that before in my fucking life. I didn't know that's what it was about with the fish companies. I'm like, yo, y'all be messing with these people. So anyway, listen, right? Oh, shit. We get in the car. I don't say nothing, but me and him real close friends. We still cool to this day. We get in the car, and I don't want to say nothing, but he's going to say something. So we get in the car, right? I'm in the passenger seat, little work van. Get in the car. I'm looking straight. When he gets in the car, he goes, now I'm sitting where you guys are. He gets in the car. He closes the door. He goes, Ah! And we bust out laughing. I mean, we screaming. And we're laughing for about 5 minutes and not talking. So we wind up, we're in the industrial area now, you know, time to pass. We park at a Mercedes-Benz dealership. It was Mercedes-Benz Sugarland. And y'all want to know, we was in the parking lot. We had to go take a look at a fish tank they had there. So we sitting there on lunch break, and I'm like, you know, now this is the thing. He got a wife, and I know his wife. That's the part that was crazy. That's another thing. I'm like, yo, you got a wife, bro. So anyway, we're sitting there, and I'm questioning. I said, bro, Michael, I'm like, what's going on? Like, what happened? He said, she wanted me. I have to give her me. Now he's in his character again, right? But I know he dead serious. He said, I said, well, why you mess with her? You know what I'm saying? He does just like this. I have to teach her. She's from Ecuador. I have to teach her about the Cuban guys. She wants to know about the Cuban guys. I teach her. I said, what? The Cuban guys? I didn't know that like Cuban dudes had this bravado where they got to be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? If a woman come to them, this is what he explained to me. If a woman come to them and open their legs, like, get it. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't do that, they're considered gay or unmasculine. I never knew that because he told me, I said, yo, you got a wife though. He said, if I don't, she'll think the money gone. That's what he called like, you know, homosexual stuff. It's bad. He like, she'll think the money gone. I said, you got a wife. He said, Conyo. She'll think I'm money gone. He kept saying like, she'll think I'm gay. I gotta do it. I'm like, what kind of society is you coming from? Right? So he says this to me. And I says, you know, I never understood that. So he says to me, I said, yo, man, I said, what are you gonna do? You know, about your wife? I said, did you wear a condom? He says, no condom. I leave inside, man. We hollering. I said, you playing a dangerous game, bro. You playing a dangerous game. And we wound up leaving out of there. We never spoke more about it, but that just tore me up. That tore me. I'd never seen nobody do anything like that. That was the only time that ever happened. But I was like, man, after that, now, I mean, I worked there another month and I ain't, you know, I didn't really, they moved me around with different people. And I don't even know if he still works there, but I mean, that was a dangerous game. When he said, he told me that, he was like, yo, I gotta teach him about the Cuban guys. And I said, what? Like, he broke that down to me. I was like, man, look, yeah, shit. That's wild. I can't explain it. But that's that story. I mean, these stories are quick. That's why I added all of these stories today. This next story I want to tell y'all about is a serious story. And this is what happened to me. This is why I said I'm going to take the time to, you know, talk about this story right here. I don't tell my business, right? But this story here, a lot of people don't know this. Like 2 people know this. You ever see those stories where like they say a guy gets raped, forcefully raped by a woman? That happened to me. Yeah, that happened to me before. And I'm going to tell you something. If a dude be sitting out here and he'll say, oh, that wouldn't happen to me, it take the right situation. That can happen to anybody. That's why, like, I be telling y'all, like, yo, defend, you know, arm yourself. Don't let nobody violate you. And it sounds funny being a dude and hearing, you know, a dude say, a woman did this to me, but it's the truth. I got out of the Air Force in 96. I got out the Air Force, right? And I was married at the time. And I worked at a Home Depot in another town where I'm from. And while I was working there, me and a best friend of mine worked together, right? My high school friend. So me and him also, my grandmother died. John Watts's, my grandfather's wife died in 94. So he wound up moving to Florida and left me the house. When he left me the house, right? No, it's all right. Don't say sorry. Just hear the story. So when he left the house, he moved to Florida, left me the house. And when he left me the house, you know, I tried to keep it the way they kept it. You know, I kept it clean the way I was raised in it and all this. So my friend moved in with me to help me with, you know, property tax and stuff. It's my first time being on my own. I don't know nothing. So me, my boy is staying there, his girlfriend and my wife, we all staying there together, right? So me and him go to Home Depot during the day and work. He knows some girl from a school because his senior year, he goes to another school. So I haven't seen him in like 3 years. But like, you know, he's my best friend. We kept in contact, but I haven't seen him. So when he seen me, he was like, yo, what's going on? The connection, like, you know, we still back in school. So he knows people from another school I don't know. Now, I'm at this job, I'm working like normal, right? Now, he moves in with me. So we had this job for about 6 months. You know what I'm saying? He got a girlfriend at the job. The girlfriend say one day, yo, this chick like you in the cash room. You know, Home Depot got a cash room. I said, cash room? Who see me in the cash room? Because, you know, they watch the cameras. So I guess she see me in there. So I'm like, all right, but tell her to come out at lunch. So my man, Steve, like, yo, I know her. Right? And I ain't gonna say her name. He said, I know her. He said, he ain't gonna mess with her. I said, what you talking about? Now remember, we young. So this is the conversation. He like, yo, she got a body, but you ain't gonna mess with her, Steve. Trust me, I know. I'm like, tell her to come out, right? Because I'm like, I'm gonna just tell her I'm married. You know what I'm saying? So she come out. They were setting me up to tell her no to her face because they didn't like her. You know, because I'm married, I'm not gonna mess with her. So they're like, you know, trying to set it up with me to make her look stupid. And I didn't think that was right neither. So make a long story short, she comes out and I see her. I'm gonna describe her. You ever seen when people have teeth and they have spaces in all of their teeth and their teeth stick out like this? You know what I'm talking about? They had them buck teeth where they just out and it make your mouth like, she had a mouth like that. She was a heavy set girl, but she was shapely heavy set, meaning like she was be considered a BBW. The way she was built, guys would go crazy over that. She had solid, she didn't have like fat that hung off of her, but she was like shapely with it. And y'all laughing, y'all ain't shit. She had, see this stuff on my face, the stubble, this abrasive, like, you know, from shaving with a straight razor. She had that. Now, a lot of women have male genes, you know, because it depends on, you know, if you take on a lot of your father's genes. She had a lot of her father's genes. So like she had facial hair, but like she tried to do a good job about it. And she was really nice. So we all sitting out there, and when she come out, I don't say nothing to her. I'm just talking. She don't say nothing to me. I don't say nothing to her. So I'm like, good, that's what's up. You know, when you're young, you ain't gonna go and speak to nobody. So she just was out there. But what happened, and I learned this later, she didn't say anything to me because she was shy or whatever, but she was lusting for me the whole time. And when I was out there laughing and joking, she was really like seeing me up close up and not in the camera. Oh my God, she was losing it. Now she's 2 years older than us, and she had a Mercedes-Benz car, and she had a lot of stuff like people work hard to get at a young age we didn't have. And one day she like, yo, I'm gonna go to lunch. You wanna get something? So I'm like, I'm gonna walk over here. She said, I'll give you a ride. So I jump in the car with her. We ride the car, nice, everything else. I think she's trying to shine and show me the car new. I'm like, all right, cool. Go over there. We eat, nothing happened. I ain't think nothing about it. She ain't give me the vibe. I ain't give her the vibe. She live in Philly though. She live in West Philly. I live in Camden. One day, I can't remember what happened, but she needed somebody to move something. She was like, I'll pay y'all $200 if y'all move this. It was like an armoire or whatever, like, you know, cabinet things with the mirror. She's like, it's an antique. I need 2 dudes to come and move. So me and my boy Steve, we driving the same car and go home. I'm like, yo. So he like, yeah, we'll do it. You want to do it? I'm like, $100 each? Yeah, fuck it. So we say we're going to do it. All of a sudden, right? We go. When we go there, everything is cool. She got a nice house. like, I guess it's a brown, they call them brownstones, where like the houses are together, like row homes where you step up. You got brownstone or whatever. We go there. He take his car, I take my car. When I get over there, he's there first, then I come after him. When we get in there, she like, y'all want something to drink? We like, yeah, summertime, we drink. She pays us. We move the armoire. She pays us. She's like, yo, I got one more thing in the basement I need you to bring up. We go down there. It's a desk. It's like a small, like a round, like a table. So he like, I'm going to meet you back at the house. And we always, you know, get on that bridge and be racing on that bridge. We shouldn't do it, but we were racing on the bridge from Philly back to Jersey. So we would get in the car and I'll try to, you know, so he get in the car and leave me. So I come upstairs. I ain't in the mood to race him. I come upstairs and I put the thing down. When I put the thing down, right, she got this stuff that's like, I don't know if it was flour or powder or whatever, but she just had it in her hand. And she spills it on my arm. Now, it's not a drug, and don't think that it was like powder or something. So she spilled on it. Oh, I'm sorry. What it was that classic, you know, when the guy back in the day, the skeevy stuff where the guy would spill the drink on the girl and she would have to take her shirt off, you know, and he act like, or he could get a feel about brushing with a paper towel. It was like that. I never even caught it. But she's 2 years older than me, you know, I wasn't thinking nothing about it. She like puts the stuff on my arm, like on my shirt. She like, take the shirt off. I'm like, nah, it's good. I don't care. I'm a man. I can. She won't let it go. Nah, she grabbed a shirt. I'm like, yo, the shirt new. She's like, no, just take your shirt off. And let me take it. She takes the shirt off, right? I'm uncomfortable. So I said, where your bathroom at? So go upstairs in the bathroom. She like, the sink don't work. Now, what it was this house was her father's house. He left it to her. He died. So the Mercedes was his. All of this stuff was hers. She didn't have anything. I go in there. She like, the sink don't work. You gotta use the shower. I'm like, the shower. So like, I'm on the side of the shower and I got the shower on and I'm sticking my hand in the thing like this. As I'm getting the stuff off my arm, she come in the bathroom. She like, you real skinny. I think I could take you. You know, and we just, you know, laughing at the job. I'm not thinking nothing about it. She like, you skinny. And this broad right here, probably about 220. And she was tall as me, 5'10". You know what I'm saying? But she was shapely. And she was just strong looking. And I was like, girl, get out of my face. I said, let me wash this stuff off. Stop. Can you get out the bathroom? So she like, I could take you. Let's wrestle. I said, what? She started pulling me. I'm like, yo, you see me? My wrist skinny. She put that big hand on my wrist, start pulling me. I got mad because I felt like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, you got some power with you. So I'm like, I really got to use man strength. So she pulled my arm. She like, let's wrestle. But she got her hand behind her back. She like, come on. And I noticed when I pulled back and she moved, she never stuck her hand out for balance. So she like, let's wrestle. I'll take you. I said, I don't want to wrestle you. I said, you know I got a wife. What is you talking about? I don't know you got a wife. I ain't never seen her at the job. Like, just stupid stuff. And I'm like, all right, man, let me cut the water off. Because, I mean, she was real aggressive. She wouldn't let go, and it was weird. And I'm like, yo, what's behind your back? So when I said the last time, yo, what's behind your back? And I'm like, yo, I'm not going to wrestle with you. Let me go. I'm leaving. Pull the gun out. It was a rusty-ass gun. It was a real gun, though. And she was like, wrestle me. She said, if you wrestle me and you win, got a gun. She said, if you wrestle me and you win, I'll let you leave. And I'll pay you another $100. If you don't win, you gotta fuck me. I couldn't believe she said that to me. I said, what? I said, why you pull a gun on me? So she like, get in the room. Now she got a bathroom. I meant to tell you, she got a bathrobe on now all of a sudden. Because remember, she left. I didn't tell you that. She left about 40 minutes before. So when we got there, she had a bathrobe on and like sneakers. So I thought like, you know, I wasn't thinking about it because I thought she had a t-shirt up here. She like wrestling. So when we get in the room, I go in the room with her, right? And I'm like, what the fuck kind of shit is this? You know what I'm saying? The gun was a rusty ass 38. I said, you pull a gun on me? I ain't never had a gun. You know what I'm saying? Like a dirty ass gun. I ain't never seen a girl pull a gun on me or nothing. So I go in the room, but she still won't let the gun go. She like lay on the bed. I said, I ain't laying on no damn bed. She like lay on the bed. So I sit on the bed. She like, when I say 3, we gonna wrestle. So I'm like, 1, she started counting. 2, I said, you wildin'. So I try to sit up and put my feet against the thing in case she go to come. I can just dip out the way and make her fall in bed and run downstairs. I'm thinking that this her. 3, she was already trained in guerrilla tactics. She had the gun in her hand and she jumped like a dude and like opened her legs so she could get her center of balance and just jumped on me. This motherfucker started wrestling me like we was fighting to death. Not wrestling like laughing and joking. This motherfucker wrestling, putting a hand on my throat and everything. I'm scrambling with my feet. I'm like, oh, this motherfucker crazy. Now I'm like, yo, put the gun down. She choked me. I'm like, put the gun down. Put the gun. Because I'm like, if she put that gun down, I'm going to show her how strong I am. She throw the gun to the side. When she throw the gun to the side, I try to reach for the gun like a dumbass. She see my hand, grab my hand, pull my hand back. I free my hand from her. And I go to reach for the gun. She take the gun and smack the gun. The gun to go up to the front of the headboard and fall in the mattress between the thing. So it's in the middle. Nobody can get it. Now I'm wrestling her. I'm trying. She's straddling me. I can't get this motherfucker off me and shit. I'm like, I'm trying to fight her, right? As I'm trying to fight her, you know, she's starting to get tired. You know, when you're getting wild and stuff like that, it's bound to be some craziness. I'm swinging my hands. I punch her in the mouth. I mean, it's a fever pitch thing. I punch her in the mouth. When I punch her in the mouth, you know, she had them buck teeth. So when I hit her, it busts her lip real bad. Boom. She turned her head like the Terminator. Boom. She's standing there. She looked back, mouth leaking. She said, that's what I'm talking about. Take your clothes off. I said, what the fuck? This motherfucker pulled the shirt over my face. I can't do it. I got this mic on. Over my face like this, and then start tying it up like trying to choke me. I'm like, chill. She like, take your pants off. Chill. Motherfucker rips the elastic in my drawers. Everything else. She went into another dimension. She rips my clothes. My pants are tore, like around my pocket part is tore. So like, if I stood up, I would have to hold my pants. She'd have ripped my drawers, everything. You know what I'm saying? I got my pants on, but like they like down, like one part is like past my knee. I'm trying to, do I keep fighting her or do I pull my pants up? Because I don't know, I punched her in the mouth hard. If I let go the way she's swinging, she might knock me out. And I'm like, she's not saying anything, you know, except for wrestling me to have sex with me. I don't want to, but like something saying, hey man, this is not going to stop, you know? So I just surrendered. I surrendered. She did what she did, right? Got up like a dude. And I just stared at her like, I know she felt stupid. I was just like, and she said, now get the fuck out. I left. I was holding my pants like this. My shirt, one part of my sleeve was out. I just came out the house like, I got in the car. I drove to like the bodega over there in Jersey, in Camden, where I was at. I stopped at a bodega and just got a t-shirt and put it on and shit. They had the dollar store safety pins. I put the safety pins on my pants and just came home. I came home because it was like around traffic time. I came home like an hour and a half later. My man Steve was like, where was you at? I said, motherfucker, where was you at? He said, what's wrong with you? I said, this bitch raped me. He said, she ain't raped. How you gonna get raped by a woman? I said, yo, I start telling about, he said, yo, I heard she was strong in school. She ain't never had dick before. Like he was saying, he was like, yo, she used to like, she's weird like that. I said, well, why you could have just told her I was married and just say, I don't want to deal with her like that. Why did you it's like you set me up with that shit. We bust out laughing. I bust out laughing. I didn't really think about it because I was like 21, 22 years old. I didn't think about how improper that was. So that kind of like saved me from the mental anguish of it. But in a way, I couldn't get her off me. I mean, she was on some gorilla. You know what I'm saying? I never heard a woman be direct like that. You gotta fuck me. I said, shit. You know what I'm saying? That's weird. I'm gonna tell y'all something, ladies, about guys. Guys will always act like they want something, but if you come to them directly like they come to you, that scare the shit out of them. Because we look at y'all like, you know, feminine and innocent, and you're hiding, you're a little sheepish. You come at a dude, yo, this what you want? Come on. Be like, hey, you know what, VL? I don't know. I mean, this is before that was famous. This is the 90s. So, I mean, hearing about that, that was not. She was a girl. She was a girl. But it just was crazy that, you know, when she, and this is the part that's messed up. When she came home, she must have just put that robe on. And remember I said she had a lot of male jeans? She was sweating like a dude the whole time we was wrestling. She smelled like a dude. Like, you know, dudes had that musty smell. I was like, okay, this is enough. You know what I mean? It was a mess. But that it didn't, like I said, change my life because I didn't know the how can you say it? How bad, severe that was, because I was young-minded. And, you know, I'm like, oh, I did have sex. You know, I didn't want to have sex with her. But it's like, I can't tell my wife. You understand what I'm saying? I look stupid. And I'm like, she violated me. But then again, I'm like, who do I tell? I look like a punk. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's what happened with that story, man. And that's I mean, to admit that, it was messed up. And like a lot of times when guys be like, yo, somebody put a gun in your face and jump on you, you don't know what you'll do. Now, I wasn't a trans. I seen it was the thing. That's why I'm going to say this story. Some of y'all going to say some crazy stuff. It was a woman. But that was beyond me. You know what I'm saying? Now, this last story is about, remember I said the Hurricane Ike thing in the story I was saying up here when I left Atlanta, for Atlanta? This story right here is crazy too. When Hurricane Ike was coming, remember I said I've never been in a hurricane before. It was all over the news. When a big hurricane comes, you know it's coming days before it's coming. They give you a chance to evacuate. So they like, yo, some people want to evacuate. Some people want to leave the work a couple of days earlier and go to San Antonio. It's different places you go when you have these type of events. I'm staying. I'm like, ain't nothing but wind and rain. I'm on the 3rd floor. I ain't worrying about getting flooded. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at these little bayou things that are near the thing, these little pools that collect the water. I'm like, oh, it'll go in there. I don't know nothing, right? Check it out. Before the storm comes, it's around Thursday. Now, remember, I'm doing the internet dating stuff. Remember, I said I was the king of that. So I meet this chick. I meet this girl. All of a sudden, I'm in there talking to her. You know, it's always the same thing. You meet somebody, you chit chat for a week. All of a sudden, you're in love, and all of a sudden, they at your crib or you with them somewhere. She brings up, oh, I'm over here. They talking about it's going to be a lot of rain in my area. When the thing come, I got a little boy who was the same age as my son. So the little boy and my son, I'm thinking, okay, they can come over here. My son is I got my son, and I got my son to where he's helpful. Like if something happens, he has instructions. Yo, go here, do that, go in the closet. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Get a hammer if this happens. Help me with this. He knows me. I'm like, okay, her little boy can come and help him if I send him to do something. 4 people together in a crisis is better than a man. I have another adult there. She brings it up. She like, yo, can I come over there and spend the weekend with you? Because Saturday night the storm was going to hit. So she's like, the next day I'll go home. And I'm like, all right, bet. Here we go again. She sent me pictures of her. She was a thick chick, shapely thick chick. You know, when it comes to the bubble, Stevie O's in trouble. This motherfucker looked like a cinnamon roll. She looked good. All she needed was the cream cheese ice, and then your boy was ready to provide that. Let me tell you something. Nah, it ain't precious. Don't be picturing precious. Check it out. They come. She says, I can't find your place. Meet me at this McDonald's over here. If I say their location, the person might find me and kill me in the street. I said, okay. So we go to the McDonald's. They got the little playland thing in there. Now, my son been around me as a grown man, so some things he don't do. You know what I mean? like going to the playland area and stuff. Like he looking like, oh, I'm too old for that. I'm like 9. So next thing you know, right? We go in there. I said, yo, I got this girl coming. You know, I'm transparent with my little boy at 9. I didn't tell him adult stuff, but I said, hey, I got a friend of mine coming over because and I asked him, I said, hey, let me talk to my son before I do this. I said, yo, you want somebody to come play with you during the storm? I said, because I got a lady who's a friend of mine. You don't know her. I said, from work. And I said, she got a son your age. Come over. They don't want to be alone by the store. He like, yeah. He hype as hell. We go to the McDonald's, right? I go to the McDonald's to meet her. When we go into McDonald's, she like, we in the playland area. I'm like, playland area? It's your son. Now watch this. I go in there and I'm like, where you at? I see this lady, but the lady don't look like the lady in the thing. And I'm like, where you at? I didn't even pay attention to her because she didn't look like the pictures I was sent. I'm like, yo, where you at? Over here. She raised her hand. Yo, when she opened her mouth, she was supposed to be like 30-something years old. But I was like 38, 39 when this happened. Her mouth looked like a 70-year-old lady. She had missing teeth all over the place. She had them black holes in her teeth, like when up near it was a mess. Like she looked like she used to be a drug addict. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, healthy people don't let their mouth get like that. So I don't want to say that I'm disappointed. And she was talking a good game too. She had your boy hype over the phone. I'm going to do this when I come over there. I'm going to do that. Ooh, you know the bull stuff. I saw them teethers. Shit. Ain't no way I'm putting my mouth in there or my joint. You know what I'm saying? Major disappointment. So I say to myself, if she looked like that, what a kid looked like. I have nothing against children. Hear me. I'm just being descriptive. You know, I'm descriptive on my channel. People look like how they look. You ever seen Squidward off of SpongeBob SquarePants? Where it had that octopus head and shit. Like, it's like weird. Like, you know what I mean? It's like a midget head, but not. He had that shit. And it's like, you know, his head grew, but his body didn't. He was like skinny as hell. Right? Yeah, don't use the dating apps. Amy Price, they're dangerous. He had these bubble ass eyes and his mouth was like this. His tongue here. So he came. I said, what's up, man? You know, you see a little kid, you be like, what's up, man? When I did that to him, he looked at my hand. He didn't even know what that meant. He had no soul. He was a black kid. He ain't had no soul. You know, you'd be like, yo, what's going on? And you try to give him the dap. Anybody puts their hand up, you can go up to any race of child and be like, yo, what's going on? They know what that means. Motherfucker did like this in my hand. He said, I said, what's up? He's like, he turned my hand up. He's like, I said, this motherfucker's special needs. I said, he's special needs. He just wasn't hip. And she was like, oh, he doesn't know what you're talking about. I said, what black boy don't know how to do the handshake? Everybody know what dap is. So anyway, we sit down. She like, let's sit down. I'll order food for him. So I said, yo, you want some food? To my son. Now I played it off. I was disappointed. But she said she needed help. I was going to help her. I just know that I wasn't going to hit her. You know, hit it. You know what I mean? Everything you talked about, I believe you. I just don't want to experience it. You know? So, and it wasn't because of, but yeah, it was because of how she looked. I was mad because she disappointed me with the line. And it also, I know this is not going nowhere. So I'm not going to be selfish and give myself and lead her on. You understand what I'm saying? That wouldn't be right. But anyway, listen. Here she come. The food come. It's her. Oh, I brought enough for all of us. I don't eat McDonald's like that. You know, when you get older, you can't. The smell of fries smell good. I can eat one, but I cannot even eat a whole cheeseburger no more. I can't do it. So check it out, right? Lilia, thank you. So check it out. Next thing you know, my son and him is eating. something happens and a joke was cracked or something. So I say to the little boy, what you say, bubblehead? I called him bubblehead. I mean, you know, you just stop little names you call kids, you know, hey, waterhead, or, you know, you play. I was called them names when I was young. I mean, I didn't think that was wrong with it. I said, what you say, bubblehead? He did just like this. And this shit made me want to take my belt off and wear his ass out. He was eating a French fry. He was like, this is my lighter for my candle. He said, I said, what you say, bubblehead? He was like, he looked at his mom. He put the fry down and he said, and he looked at me and then he looked at his mom like, tell him, mom. And he put his head down. She said, oh, he doesn't like to be teased or anything like that. He's very sensitive. And then he looked at me. And when she said that, he looking at her, he's very sensitive. Then he looked at me. I wanted to beat the fuck out of him. Oh, you sensitive? Tell me if you feel this. Get your ass acting like that. You better, man, what's wrong with you? You're a boy, a boy. I was so hot. I want to tear his little ass up. I said, she be petting him. She be petting him. And you know, guys, we know, come on, that don't ever end right. You know what I'm saying? He'll stay in your house forever. So anyway, we wind up leaving. She got a PT Cruiser. Purple PT Cruiser. I'll never forget it. We go back to my apartment. I got a luxury apartment at this time, and it's nice. All my neighbors are nice. A lady from Venezuela moved next door to me. Her boyfriend wound up getting deported back, and she could stay. They let her stay because she was from over here. Very nice lady, a little bit older than me. She said, if something happens in my place and I get scared, can I come over to your place and stay, you know, during the storm? I said, of course. Yeah, you know, you can come over. This was before the lady decided to come to the house. And I want y'all to remember that part. So now we come to the house. She comes to the house on a Friday. Next day, I don't know when the storm coming. You come outside, it's sunny and normal as hell. I'm like, the storm's supposed to be today? What's going on? She's like, the storm come tonight. Because she from there, she's like, the storm will come, you'll see the temperature change. And it did. The temperature just started changing. It started getting windy, like when you near the ocean and start getting that breeze. And all of a sudden the breeze picked up. It started getting cloudier and cloudier. The wind started getting more. And then, you know, we was already in the house. So what happened is the neighborhood, the area I was in, they cut the transformers off intentionally so it wouldn't be a lot of electrical damage. So they cut the lights off on us until the storm passed. So during that night, we up there playing Uno and stuff. The little boy, he keep whining. You know what I'm saying? When he can't win in Uno, and it's a 9-10-year-old boy. When he can't win in Uno, or like, you know, you slap the cards down, be like, Uno, you start dancing, this him. Or he'd throw the cards down. I don't want to play. And she, I almost said his name. Oh, baby, that's okay. It's okay. Can you let him win one time, guys? We hood people. You know what I'm saying? We hood kids. You know, I say hood kids. You know what I'm saying? We from the hood. We're not letting you win nothing. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, look. He wins at Uno. We fake it and let him win. You know what this piece of crap did? He jumped up. Remember in wrestling, the DX, the Degeneration X dance, where they do the X and they hump in your face? He jumped up and did that to my son. Yeah, all in his face. Now, we didn't do that when you lost. So I looked at my son like, yo, I'm going to get him. I did like this. No. I said, my man, what is you doing? Now, I don't care if it's a kid. You disrespecting now. You act like now you're tough. I said, my man, what you doing? He, nothing. I won. I said, hey, all right, we done. I said, we done. Now they cut the lights off. We all have to, it ain't nothing to do. The TV ain't on. You know what I'm saying? We ain't have flashlight. We had a few candles. I got a few candles in my room. It's candles in the walkway. They in the room going to bed. It's like 10 o'clock at night. Now I'm in the room with Shorty. That's one thing I had to deal with. Now is this thing. She didn't tell me, in addition to the teeth, she didn't tell me that she had the weight loss surgery. but she was really big. And I applaud anybody that gets that surgery. But I mean, you know, a lot of times when you get that surgery and you drop all that weight, you got to get surgery to get skin removed. I didn't know she looked a certain way. So she had on some jeans and she had on body armor. You know, that thing like a lot of women wear that make them shapely and stuff. So in the jeans, she looked nice and stuff. And I'm saying to myself, like, damn, she do got a body, but that mouth is hell no. And I tried not to look at her because I didn't want to get no second thoughts of maybe I can sneak this in real quick. And you know, oh, no, man, a visual. I ain't trying to look. So now we laying down. She's trying to get close. Because remember, I try to keep the kids around us all the time. I'm laying down and I'm laying on my back and I'm talking. Now she knows she can hear me. She gonna roll up. What you say? And lay on me. When she laid on me, I could feel her bones, but it felt like she had a sheet on her. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I didn't really, sorry about that. I didn't know it was her skin until I went to roll over and her stomach was laying flat on the bed and I leaned on it. She went to move. She's like, oh, I said, what? And I pulled the shirt like, what happened? And I saw it. It was like she had a bed sheet on, but it was her skin. Like she had lost a lot of weight. She was like, oh, I lost a lot of weight. I said, what? And I'm like, damn, in my head, I'm like, she's like a flying squirrel. You know what I mean? And I was like, damn, she must have been real big. So anyway, it made me mad too, because I'm like, she said, oh, I'm shapely. Oh, when you see me, oh, yeah. You remember 2 Live Crew and all this other stuff. You're going to be me so horny. I'm eating this up like a dumbass. This motherfucker was a walking bed sheet. And it is, people lose weight the way they lose it. You know what I mean? But I was like, yo, you know, I was scared to touch her. I'm like, ah. So she's like, what's up with all that stuff you was talking? What's up? And I was like, nah. You know what it reminded me of? Cats. When you pull them on, when you put the cats up there, that's what it reminded me of. You know, like cat's stomach hang down, it, like flabby, like a cat's stomach. It was like that. And I was like, ain't nothing going on. But to make a long story short, the reason why I brought this up wasn't about all this. So anyway, I didn't mess with her that night. The storm came. In the middle of the night, the ceiling started leaking. And I don't know if it blew tiles off, but the attic and the insulation started coming through the house. Water started coming through where the, what's the name is that? Cheryl Johnson, thank you. Water started coming in from where the chandelier part is. Like it was running down the part of the chandelier. I'm like, damn, my son like, yo, we got to do something. The windows is moving all crazy. They ain't break, but they moving all crazy. My son running. I'm like, yo, do this, do this, do that. She doing stuff. Guess what her son was doing? Stuff falling. We running and kicking the broom handle falls on the ground. Boom! Him. I never seen that. He was so terrified of being in the dark. And you see another kid doing something, and my son is like, I give my son credit. My son was like, hey man, I almost said his name. Come on, bro. Come on. Come help me. It's like they had a baby, like he was a 2-year-old. Like, come on. Stop crying. Like, I'm like, yo, this is a crisis situation. It's like, yo, it's no way I can fix that. It's no way I can fix that. And he would just, oh, how old was my son? My son was like 9. The boy was 9 too. And I was like, yo, what's going on? I can't deal with this. So anyway, right? Next day passed. They sleeping in the room. Half of the carpet is wet. My clothes was wet. I came out of my clothes. She came out of her clothes. She stand up. I seen what she looked like. I felt bad for her. Like, yo, you need a lot of surgery. She's like, yeah, I got to get this taken off. And she's standing there. And it looked like she had a jumpsuit on. You ever see those flying suits where, you know, dudes be flying through the mountains like this? That's what it looked like when she stuck her arm out. Like, it was so much. I mean, and it's going to happen. I'd rather she be healthy than, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I applaud that. So, like, you know, sometimes people get a surgery and they don't follow through with the rest of the stuff because they're like, oh, I'll do it later. That right there was a hindrance, you know, because she had skin where, like, it would get caught on something. I had never seen it like that. But anyway, next day, I didn't realize that, you know, I come out the house and everybody's coming out looking at the damage, just palm trees falling and stuff like that. The eye of the storm came over. And hurricanes, like it'll be wind and stuff, and then the eye coming in to chill for a second. Then it'll start again when the rest of it go over. During this time, I run downstairs. I'm on my phone, my cell phone with people from Jersey, like, yo, the hurricane crazy. Yo, I'm telling people how it is, right? Because they call like, yo, y'all all right? While I'm downstairs on the phone, the lady from Venezuela come knocking on my door. Hey, it's Steve here. I'm the neighbor. He said I can come over. She said, my whole carpet is wet. I have nowhere to lay at. And he said I could come over here if the storm. You know what this lady did while I was gone? When I was only downstairs for like 2 minutes. Steve ain't here. And he said, no, I'm his girl. I live here too. I come upstairs. I don't know nothing about it. The next day, they come outside and people are grilling. And these are people I know. Because we had already had a place that, yo, when it's over with, we're going to come out and grill. Everybody's out there except me. And I'm like, what's going on? And I'm like, I'm cool with all them. I know. Why they didn't come get me? I come downstairs and the lady next door is like not talking to me. And she looking at me like, you ain't shit. Like, you know, you ain't. I said, what? I said, what's going on? And they told me what happened. They said, well, she said she went to the house. The lady was very mean to her, told her you wasn't there. She was the girlfriend. And no, I can't come over there. Now that lady know I ain't have nobody. But for her to do that and not live in my house, you was only there for 2 days and I was helping you to help somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You don't know, because the lady told her, Steve said I can come in here. I was going to come back upstairs and I introduced her to the lady prior to going in the house, because when we was coming in the keys, the lady was coming out and she gave my son this toy. You know what I'm saying? So I introduced her then. So when we went in the house, you can't tell me you don't know who the lady was. She tried to play the lady out. So it looked like I sent her to the door to tell the lady no. That's some bullshit. I wasn't feeling it. So now I'm heated. I zooms upstairs. Yo, we ain't even got heat, electricity on that side of the city in Houston. This me. And this is around 1 o'clock in the afternoon when this happened, right? So this is probably a couple of days. Well, the next day, it happened on Saturday night. That Sunday, people came out and we barbecued. That's when it happened. She didn't want to spend another night. So I said to myself that morning when the storm had passed, hey, don't you want to go over there and look at your place and make sure? Because, you know, I'm trying to get her out of there. The storm is over. I don't want to hang with you. Your son done wore me out. You did the false catfish bullshit. Go check on your place. Oh, I'll check on it tomorrow. I'm not in a rush. You in a rush? I don't want to be a douchebag, but I'm like, yo, shorty, like, you know, we didn't mess around. You see that the attraction ain't there. Come on, man. Go check your place. Wouldn't you go check your place to make sure stuff is not flooded? You got children's stuff over it. Wouldn't you go with your son and go see? No, man. I'll go tomorrow. I'm like, that was the first thing. I'm like, okay. I went downstairs. Later on that day, they told me what happened. I looked up there. I seen her looking through the thing. She closed the thing. I kindly marched myself right upstairs. And it take a lot for me to talk to people crazy. I mean, you got to really show me that you got ill intent or you just an a-hole and I'll match your energy. I went upstairs, y'all. I said, you told this lady? Because I told the lady, I said, come with me. She walked upstairs. I walked upstairs with her. She wouldn't come to the place, but she stood there. I said, you told this woman earlier today that I said she couldn't come in here. She got to spend the night out here in her apartment. You told her that? This her. Now she turned into her son. This is where he get it from. I was just trying to just keep you to myself. I said, well, you don't have to worry about that. You and your octopus head ass kid can go. Now, I said, I've known this lady a year. She's been nothing but kind to me and my son. And you come here and you fuck that relationship up, get out. I feel it just like that. I ain't give a damn. Friendship means more to me than some stranger coming and messing it up. I got to live here. She don't. You know what I'm saying? and you was doing that for some dingling you knew you wasn't going to get. Beat it. So she wound up leaving. Go call me and try to cuss me out. I put the phone on speakerphone. Me and my son laughed for 5 minutes. I didn't answer. She just went off. You don't know what you missed. I said, what? Motherfucker with chewed up teeth and a wussy son? I ain't say that though. But in my head, I was like, yo, ain't nobody gonna step in that world. It's a mess. I mean, I could have been nasty, but no. Sometimes it's better to walk away. Leave them date naps alone. For real, leave them date naps alone. Guys, it's the 2 hour and 5 minute mark. We did make it. Timing was good. But yeah, man, I mean, those are the stories. I figured I'd come and share them with y'all. If y'all are not channel members, man, people tell me I don't never mention it. If you're not channel members, shout out to my channel members. You can join the membership, man, because in about 30 days, I'm going to have exclusive stuff only for my members. So sign up now. And everybody that's a member, I forgot to shout you out. I was going to write the list of names down, but I was running behind. I appreciate you guys supporting me. Shout yourselves out. Love you as always. Guys, I'm going to see you in the next video. And thank you so much for spending 2 hours of your night with me tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care.